Hello students, today I am going to presenting the next video of web applications, and today's topic is internet security and online transaction. So start with the online transactions. Online transactions basically are called the e-commerce, or they are come under the e-commerce field. So here we discuss about the online shopping, which is also a part of the online in transactions or the e-commerce. As we know, many of the persons doing the online shopping, and online shopping is a form of electronic commerce or e-commerce where persons or the user sells or purchase the goods over the internet. It may be a cloth, it may be a computer, it may be a laptop or groceries items or anything else. Where the for the online transactions or the e-commerce, the user must have an internet connection to purchase the things which are offered by the various types of sellers like Amazon and Myntra, etc. etc. On these sites, we can pay the money through the various tools like credit card, debit card, online banking, UPI, and wallet, etc. Now we are going to discuss what are the situations for using the online shopping nowadays. First, a customer doesn't have a sufficient time to visit the store. Next is visiting a store is more expensive than purchasing a product online. And next is a product or service that is not available in the local market is available online. You have seen the in the main in a phone. Most of the phones are available online only, but they are not available in the local market. So you have to purchase it online or through the online shopping. Next are the some popular online transaction websites. First is the IRCTC, which is used for online train tickets or booking the flight. Next is the Flipkart for online shopping. Next is the eBay for selling goods and purchasing goods. Next is the Redbus for booking the bus. Next, there are the various payment tools which are used for the online transactions like debit card, credit card, net banking, UPI, which is also called Unified Payment Interface, in which various applications are available: Google Pay, Phone Pay, Beam, etc. Next is the wallet, which is provided by the again various types of websites like Paytm, MobiKwik, Freecharge, etc. Next is internet security. Now, internet security is a branch of computer security which is related to the internet to secure our browser and to secure our network. And its main objective to establish rules and measures to protect you over the internet, because internet is much vulnerable or it is on very high risk to the leak of your personal information like your personal details or bank account details through the phishing, email spoofing, chat spoofing, virus, spyware, malwares, etc. What are the objectives of internet security? The main objective of internet security is to establish rules and measures to use against attacks over the internet. Means these are the things which establish rules and measures to protect us from over the internet from the hackers or other unauthorized users. The first is online threats. In online threats, first is the phishing. Phishing is a fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information like your username, passwords, credit card details, net banking, username, password by disguising oneself or a user as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. Most of the time you have heard in newspaper that someone is filling the details of online banking and the site is appearing like a genuine site, and when he enter his personal details, all the information have been sent to the another person, and they steal their personal information, debit all the amount from his bank. As these are the examples where phishing is used by the hackers or the cyber criminals. Next is the email spoofing. In email spoofing, you receive the mails from unknown user or the stranger, but those mails looks like or assumes like a genuine sender. And these mails basically contain the information like you have won a prize or a lottery of 5 million or 2 million, anything else. And and they ask your the personal details like your bank details, credit card details, and your personal information also. In most of the cases, they also send a link, and these links, when clicked by the user, they copy the worms and various types of threats like Trojan horse, spyware, malwares into your system, which infect your computer and harm your information and send to another person without your consent. Next is the chat spoofing. Almost it is same like a spoofing. Email spoofing, in which you are chatting with a person which looks like genuine, but that person or that user is not genuine. Means he is carrying the name of the genuine person, but that person is not actually a genuine, and he is trying to getting the personal information from you. That is the chat spoofing. Next, what are the best practices to secure you or secure us over the internet? First thing is use a strong password. Most of the cases we saw, the passwords are very easy, like your father's name, mother's name, your date of birth, your friend's name. These we have to aware that these passwords can easily be guessed by the another persons or the hackers, or maybe by the normal users. So we should implement the strong password. A strong password it is the combination of small letters, capital letters, numbers, and special characters. By creating these strong passwords, we are mostly secure because these are not easily cracked or guessed by the other users. Here are the some guidelines for strong password. Keep the length of the password at least 12 to 14 characters if the website is permitted. Avoid keep password based on repetition words, dictionary words, username, pet names, etc. As we have discussed, include numbers and symbols in password. Means your password should contain letters, numbers, capital letters, small letters, special characters. Use capital letters and lowercase. Avoid using same password for multiple sites or purposes. Means do not use same password on another sites. Avoid using something that the public or workmates know your strongly likes or dislikes. Means the password it should not be as your likes or dislikes, which mention your likes or dislikes. Next is the backup your data. Always keep your data backup on another sources like CDs, DVDs, pen drives, or the cloud storage. Next is keep username and password private. Never save password or the username on computer that are used in shared environments like internet cafe or the public Wi-Fi hotspot. Registering with websites. Always read the privacy policy before registering on the particular website, and make sure that particular website not share your information to another user. Next is do not share your personal information. Be cautious when filling out forms on internet because your personal information or emails could be used by unauthorized user to send fake or unwanted emails. Next, secure transactions. Before doing the transactions, make sure or that the web portal is authenticated or a secure website. As you have seen, when you are filling the personal information or you are doing the online transactions, those websites started with a HTTPS, not with HTTP. HTTP is called Hypertext Transfer Protocol, but HTTP is called Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. And all it always show the lock icon with it. Means that website is secure and it will not share information to another website or another user. Use antivirus and anti-spyware software. You have to install antivirus and anti-spyware software to protect your information and protect your data. But it must be regularly up to date. Do not immediately respond to mails from unknown users. If you got mail from unknown users, do not respond immediately because it may contain a link which have a virus, worm, or any other software which may be installed or copied into your system and harm your data. Next is clear browser cookies frequently. Then what are the cookies? Cookies are the small files which are created onto your local computer or your device by the websites. Have you seen in while surfing the web pages or the particular website, it always asks you to allow the cookies. So if you allow them, then it will save your personal information like your surfing habit, what type of content you like, what type of data you want to visit, what type of website you visited. For example, in YouTube, when you search or watch videos of online shopping or coding or programming or watching anime for funny videos, then YouTube prefer to show that type of videos which you have visited frequently. Means the information which is used by you is stored in that particular file and used by the website when you surf those pages next time. Next is the install firewalls. Firewalls could be software or hardware which assist in keeping a computer and a network secure. Means it secure your network and computer also whenever you connect to the internet. Means it first filter the unauthorized network traffic to enter the computer. Next, never install software from unknown sources. Most of the time we download the software from many websites but we are not aware the site is authenticated or genuine. So first we have to make sure that the site is authenticated or genuine site or the trustworthy site to download any kind of software. Next, remove unwanted or unknown software application. Most of the time when we download or visit any website, they install different kinds of software in our computer system without our knowledge or without our consent. And these types of software mostly harm us by sending the private information or your personal information to the other user. Thank you.